G'day, Aussie Bonsai bloke here, how you going? Today we're going to be working on a lemon tree. I've dug this one up out the garden, probably maybe 2 years ago. Had 5 branches on it, cut it back to 2 main trunks. So now it's time to do another styling on it. This video, as you can see, it's got massive leaves. This video is mainly to show you that not all the stock or the trees that you work on are going to be good. Some are just going to be plain crap, a bit like this one. You know, very average stock, hard to work with. It's going to be years before this one looks any good. But a lot of the stuff you're going to work on is going to look like this. It's not going to be that good. So just to show you, you've got to work on average stock as well as better trees. But the process is the same, you know. You pick the best base, and this thing, the only real thing that it's got going for it, it's got a little bit of nice root structure there. So it's got that. Then it's got some branches in the right spot. I think it's grafted, but if it is grafted, the graft is perfectly the same size as the rootstock, so there's no real obvious graft point, which is a good thing. But yeah, it's fairly stock, sort of average stock, pretty crappy, big leaves. You know, a long way to go before you can even call it a bonsai. But, you know, it's a bare frame. We get to work on it, style it, and, you know, watch it progress as the years go on. And hopefully one day be proud of it. At the moment, not so much, but one day, maybe. Alright, so I'll, yeah, give you a bit of a spin of the tree now, and then I'll just do some branch selection. As you can see, there's not that many branches to choose from, so there won't be many getting cut off. I'll just be putting a bit of wire on and shortening a few that need shortening. I'm hoping that in time, once we get more branching and ramification on it, and the branches divide out, you know, 2 to 4 to 8. Once they start dividing out like that, then the leaves will naturally reduce because there'll be a lot more twigging and a lot more leaves on the tree. And theoretically, the more leaves on the tree, still in a small container, they should be a smaller leaf. At the moment, as you can see, those leaves are nearly as big as my hand, you know, they're massive. But I'm not going to reduce them today. I'm going to worry about the branch structure first, and then later on, hopefully they'll reduce on their own a bit naturally. So basically we're going to want a side branch out here, because this is, I've chosen this as the front because it's got a better root structure here. I might just give you a bit more of a close-up of that one. Alright, as you can see, this has got better root structure here. Then there's not bad either. You could maybe go there, but if you was to go there, you would have to chop this branch out, which is possible. But then the main high branch here would be in the back, and the short one would be in the front. Generally, not all the time, it's not a hard fast rule, but generally you want the higher branch, which will be your main leader or trunk, to be a little bit in front of the smaller one. So maybe here somewhere. That gives you a bit of a look at the root at the back. Maybe if we can maybe go to there somewhere. Either pull this one up and have that as that leader, and that one as a branch, and that leader can maybe bend around there somewhere. There's one at the back which we would get rid of if that was the case. There's one at the front to get rid of here. We won't need that one. There's also one out the side there, and then the back we've got this branch here which we'll use for the back, because remembering this is the main trunk, this is secondary trunk here, so this one here will fill in the back here. So there won't be much to do on this tree, it'll be very short and simple, and I'm hoping as the years go by this thing will develop and you'll be able to see it transform into a half decent bonsai, hopefully. So yeah, I'll get doing that, and I'll see you when it's all done. Cheers for watching. G'day, welcome back. I just want to say, working on these lemon trees, the smell is bloody beautiful, mate. Smell of the old lemon tree. I've got it wired out, just lost a couple branches, nothing too major, as you can see. I'll just take you through a little bit more of the process now, setting it up. As you can see, from the start of every branch, I've gone up. Another one here, it's gone up, up. It's a bit like a deciduous or a broadleaf. Go up as the first movement, then you can go down a bit, then up again. Ultimately the branch can be horizontal, but you want the first movement to go up. Then you can go out and down and up again, out and down, up again. So I've done that sort of movement, and because you want the first movement to go up, you want the wire to always go on the bottom of each branch first, so that it helps push it up. If you have it on the top, you've got nothing to support it underneath and to push it up. If I had it on the top, it wouldn't be able to do that. So as you can see, on the bottom. Another thing I'd like to point out is, because this is going to be the dominant trunk here, you want this leader here to be taller than the less dominant trunk. So we'll go and cut that one off, and now that one there's become more dominant because it's taller. Looks like I forgot to bend the branch at the back here, so just be careful not to snap it. Another thing too, which is a good handy trick, is if you've got branches that you cut off and you want to see how flexible the tree is, rather than, because some trees are really brittle and they'll snap really easy, rather than just test it on a branch that you want to keep, it's a good idea to go ahead and bend a branch that you cut off, and you'll see it's quite tough to bend at the start, but it goes a reasonably long way, fairly flexible, before it'll break, and even then it's just sort of squashed. So that's a good tip, because some will literally just bend this far and then snap. So that's a good tip, try that out. Anyway, this main side branch here, I now want to fork out, and I think it's already getting fat enough at the base for the size of the trunk, so I can shorten that one pretty well. This lemon tree seems to grow pretty quick. It's been fairly vigorous, even though it's got a bit of a deficiency in it. According to the leaves, it's probably I'd say an iron deficiency, being in a lemon tree, but that's alright. So yeah, I'll shorten that one. That trunk's been shortened. This back branch here, you're obviously not going to want that taller than the front trunk, so we'll shorten that one. So that's shortened. This first back branch here, I might bring it around a bit more that way. Just do it carefully, otherwise you'll hear a snap if I go too far. And same thing, I might cut that back and let it divide in a bit closer to the main trunk. Yeah, you just want to sort of space the branches out evenly around the place. And by no means does this look like a finished, well-developed tree. Quite a long way from it, really. But this is how they start. So yeah, you just bend them around until you're happy with it. I may well shorten that one back a bit more back here. Bring this one out to the front a bit more, but be careful because it can snap. I find this lemon tree is very flexible until when it's not, and then it just snaps quite fast and abruptly, so you don't get much warning. So that will be the front there, and we'll just have to fill it out. Obviously something's been pretty hungry and had a bit of a chew at these leaves. The leaves are pretty massive anyway, that's alright. We can cut them in half if you're really worried about how big they are. Make it look a bit better. Man, that smells nice. So you can go along and cut them all in half if it worries you too much. It does reduce the photosynthetic area though, so you won't have quite as much solar panel out there. But I'm hoping now that I've cut it back, it'll put out all new leaves anyway. I think it will. This one's been quite a strong grower. Seems to put out fewer branches, but quite strong ones. Well, I'll just have a quick look. So as you can see, it's a pretty crappy looking tree. Long way to go. But we got to start somewhere, don't we? Let's make sure that's in the centre. Alright, I'll give it a quick spin. Quick spin for you. As you can see, there's some branches coming out the back here. Nice strong leader up here. As you can see, the tree is leaning towards the viewer, coming at you, which is a good thing. Makes it look a bit more powerful, a bit like you're standing at the bottom of a trunk looking up at a tree and it sort of towers over you a bit. Makes it look more powerful. Yeah, so it's got a reasonable root structure there. I'm pretty happy with branch placement at the moment. So I'll just let it grow now, and that's pretty much it. There's not a real lot to creating them really. When you look at that, it took me maybe 20 minutes, and that's pretty much all you got to do till it divides a bit more. Then you do a bit more wiring, a bit more trimming, and before you know it, Bob's your uncle and you've got a bonsai. At the moment it's just a stock or a pre-bonsai, but it's one step closer to being a bonsai anyway. No worries. Cheers for watching Aussie Bonsai Bloke. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.